All right, looks like we're live. It's Friday, September 10th. Another options expiration day. Another day. It looks like CLOV's getting pushed down to max pain. We'll have to see how this plays out. But we're here and we're. Oh, sorry, my phone was going off. All right. So thank you everybody who came in early this morning. Your pal Al's in the house. What's up? Ago, Joe, Joseph. What's going on? TMB crew. That's right. I mean, I've been doing good lately too. I've been getting up. I don't know if it's considered good or what, but I've been getting up early enough to start this stream at 5 a.m. my time. So, let's see here. JJ's in the house. Good morning. JJ said maybe Cohen forgot a zero. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. But man, that's crazy. Grimzo, what's up? Good morning. Michael's in the house. La Clova Nostra. I love it. Dan, what's up? Sir Lucky Charms, E Money. Got a lot of people in here this morning. Dennis D, John Smith, Skip. Lisa's in the house. Lisa Buffett's in here early. Thomas, what's up, Thomas? All right. I think I got through the chat real quick. So some stuff I noticed early this morning. Looks like AMC is running a little bit. Closed yesterday at 48.52 and really kind of ran all day. I know it gapped down yesterday, but it started running and never really put the brakes on and hit its high as 49.50 a little while ago. So I put this one up here just to kind of keep an eye on it, see what's going on. I have no position in AMC right now. So I'm just put it up here to watch. CLOV. Actually, we'll get to CLOV in a second. BBIG looks like it's getting a little bit of movement right now on not a lot of volume. Had another pretty decent day yesterday, and it was as high as 1250. Kind of came down to 11.9. It's at 11.19 right now in pre-market, but it's really starting to pick up. I think it hit as low as 11 or 10.97 and starting to move here. So BBIG, I do own some calls on that. I think I got another 2 months left on. And then VIH, I just put a video out on that. My first video. I mean, we've been talking about it on the stream now for a while, but I really think VIH has the potential to move here in the coming months, maybe weeks. But the volume on it's definitely been picking up in comparison to its float and where it's been at, in recent months. And, it's so close to NAV. I think the merger right now, expected merger date is September 22nd, which is about 12 days from now. The company hasn't said that, but based on their filings and everything else, that would be the expected date. So if something like that was to happen, potentially that could serve as a catalyst that, maybe pushes this thing up further. We've talked on here, I think even yesterday, about the options chain on VIH and how that has gamma squeeze potential. There's also a ton of short interest in the stock, on Ortex. I think right now it's at 42% estimated. So also has some short squeeze potential. So I think there's really potential for some violent movement in VIH. I was looking at the Fintel short squeeze report this morning. BBIG is actually number one right now with SPRT close behind. And then VIH was sitting at, I think, number 25. CLOV had shot up yesterday morning, but after the price action and the decrease in cost to borrow, I can't find it on that list anymore. And I think that list has a lot to do with cost to borrow. I've noticed that the ones up near the top on their short squeeze, I don't know exactly what their algorithm is, but the ones near the top of their short squeeze score usually have the highest borrow fee rate. So that could change any minute, like we saw on Wednesday. LF Bell's in the house. Speedo, what's up? 6-8 Spindrift. Holiday Option says CCC, Coach and CLOV. Good morning. Scotty's in the house. Scotty's going to be on here in a little bit too. Sounds like after he gets done with his shower and shave. So we'll be ready for you, Scotty. Cuckoo Bird, what's up? Good morning. Michael says, is it just me, or does this drop from yesterday and today feel different from all the other drops over the last few months? Yeah, so I mean, I kind of feel the same way. Like yesterday we had the the investor thing with Wells Fargo, and typically what we've seen recently, and not even just with Clove, but even like with GameStop, another stock I've been following, and it's like every time they report good news, the stock gets attacked. And I think that's pretty much what we saw yesterday. Previous earnings report, not the most recent, but the two prior to that, we saw Hindenburg drop some research to kind of counteract the good news. And then yesterday we saw the Cohen and Company release a $7 price target, which is absolutely laughable and with no data to back it up. But they made sure and put that out like during the Wells Fargo investor conference. So, we saw a little bit of a price drop after that. I don't know if it was actually, people selling at that point, or just another short attack. If we look at, actually, I'll pull it up in 1 second. But yeah, it did seem very different, Michael. Kim, what's up? And LF Bell, that's a great point. Cohen's holding 35,000 puts, and and then they released that. Max Payne, just speaking of that, market maker won't let those get in the money. So Max Payne right now, I don't know what Cohen's put price is, but Max Payne for next week, because of some of the heavy option flow that came in yesterday, is actually at $12. So just speaking of that Max Payne theory, there was like a lot of puts that came in over the yesterday, or that were sold, I should say, at $12, which would potentially move that Max Payne up to 12 and allow market makers to let this thing run to 12 next week. However, I think if they let it run that high, we start getting into that gamma squeeze territory. So we just got to kick back and see, man, but definitely some bullish options play yesterday, which we'll get to in a second. Big Nate, what's up? Sacktown's finest got up early this morning, said buy the dip, get rich. Andy Smith, good morning. Nicholas, what's up? Says morning, Clove fam. Today should be fun. Price drops more, I buy more. Price goes up, I buy more. Cohen is a joke. Blah blah's in the house. Good morning. And Big Daddy Roro, what's up? Let's go. All right, so just some of what we saw yesterday. Again, here, let me move this down smaller so we could take a look at it. But we've been tracking the dark pool, and it's been steadily kind of increasing. Yesterday saw as high as 59%. These numbers kind of change though, because we saw this one at 64, I think, from the 7th, and then it dropped down to 56. So I think as they get data in, it kind of changes. But 59% is what's being reported for yesterday. And then short volume for yesterday picked up more than we had seen, where we were at 37, 30, but it went up to 45. So, I mean, the stock's still getting kind of beat down, and buy orders routed through the dark pool, which doesn't really allow for, upwards price action. Yesterday was an SSR day, and we still saw some kind of violent downward movement. I talked a little bit about that in some of my market manipulation videos, on how on SSR days they can get their hands on shares and still sell them into the market, even though it's not short selling at that point, right? If I'm able to, let's say, exercise some options contracts, now I have actual shares in my hand. Nothing's preventing me from selling it downward and attacking the bid. And I think that's what we saw yesterday. Like I was saying, options flow yesterday. This is TRADYTICS. Very bullish. 1.28 million in net premium calls on the call side. So more money was spent on calls yesterday than anything else. You could kind of see a graphical display of how that looked, the timing throughout the day, and also the premium spent. But for the most part, it looks like there was some people loading up on next week's options. $10 strike, $12 strike. That looks like today's expiration, the 1050 strike, but kind of a lot of bullish option play coming in throughout the entire chain, even out in October, November, January. And, the reason I always kind of pull up this options plays is because that's, when you start seeing someone spent 253,000 in premium, on the $10 strike for next week, that's absolutely not retail. And, bigger players coming in and leveraging their cash in that way, with delta hedging and everything else, absolutely helps the stock movement upwards. And that's what we want to see. I'm not saying retail needs to go in and load up the chain, but when we start seeing whales come in and loading up the chain, that's a good sign. It might mean that we're ready for some sort of reversal here soon. Brian Sanders, what's up? Says reminds me of when GME was at 20 in January and got downgraded to 10 to 15. Yeah, and those analysts, we were joking about it last night, but it's like, I feel like I should just. There was not even a report behind it. Just, hey, Coach B Stocks really, initiates coverage on on CLOV with a $30 price target, and then just pay Motley Fool and Benzinga and everybody else to run the article, even though it's just a headline. I mean, that's really all you're seeing. And these guys are basically loading into their position first, and then and then release these price targets. And apparently, if they have a big enough following, it'll move the stock a little bit. But even with that downgrade and everything else, I mean, we've kind of been, we saw as high as 11.13. I think this was Tuesday. And every time they've been able to kind of slam us down, we've been just holding this $9 mark. And the week before it was the $8.50 mark, and then the week before that it was the $8 mark. So we're still continuing to move up. We're trending in the right direction. If you look at the daily chart on CLOV, again, I mean, we were back here as low as $7.31 almost 3 weeks ago, and we're just continuing to move up. So I think patience is the key. Can't say it enough. Know what you hold. Don't buy into the FUD. And it's not. I know sometimes it's hard when you get your expectations up and you're ready for like some big stock movement, but this stock is grossly undervalued right now, and I think that's what you got to keep reminding yourself. Wes Hansen, what's up? Good morning. Alexander Lee, good morning. All right. So, like I said, AMC's getting a little bit of movement today. Just looking around at some of the other stocks that I've been watching. The SPY is also looking like it's gapping up a little bit too. Closed yesterday at 448 and upwards of almost 451 right now. Nothing much going on anywhere else. At least nothing too exciting. BBIG starting to move a little bit. I wouldn't be shocked to see this to come up and test 12 again. And just looking at we might as well pull up Ortex right now while we're sitting here. So again, I already showed this VIH one, I believe, but 43% estimated short interest. Cost to borrow is at 5, and utilization is at 98. So VIH is one that I have some big expectations for in the coming weeks or months. Nothing short term though, but has some potential. BBIG is the big one right now, at least according to Fintel. And it looks like utilization is at 99. Cost to borrow is up to 177. 321 on average as of today. Estimated short percentage right now is 32% plus 1, so 32.85. BBIG looking pretty strong right now. Looks like it might have a nice day. If we come over to CLOV, utilization right around 80. Not seeing a big change right now in cost to borrow, other than what we saw a couple days ago when it jumped up to like 100. Sat there for about a day, and then we saw that big decrease. But that wasn't on Ortex. That was through Fintel. So Ortex is reporting from different lenders. All right. Big Nate says win repo. Kamal, good morning. Brooks Paris, what's up? How about this lightning? Is it? You know what? It was it's not raining outside, is it? Oh wow. You know what? I thought I heard some stuff earlier, but I haven't been outside. Um, I didn't. I was hearing the wind and everything, but man, that's crazy. Um, let's see here. Eddie 305, what's up? Good morning. What's your thoughts on the new price target $7 by Cohen with 35,000 puts? I mean, that's just what these guys do, right? And I mean, that's why I'm still expecting some analyst upgrades to come in, because we did see what I think almost 2 weeks ago, we saw some reports that Credit Suisse, JP Morgan, all these other people who had recently given like $9, $10 price targets actually load up on CLOV and report that they reversed their position and went long. And I want to say even Cohen, from what I remember, was long on CLOV, and now they're issuing these this $7 price target, which is absolutely laughable, considering all the good news and everything we've seen out of the company since they used to hold the stock, and sold for a profit. So I would imagine they're releasing this price target just to get a little bit of a dip so that they can enter in at an oversold territory. And they probably did that yesterday. That's my thoughts, at least, is that they wanted to kind of get one more dip so that they could load up on it. What rule of thumb price or percentage on selling leaps? Selling leaps. Are you saying sell as in I own the shares and I'm selling like covered calls leaps, or are you saying you already own some leaps and you're selling them for a profit? Like you're closing your position. Are you selling to close a position you have, or are you trying to sell covered calls? If you're selling to close a position, for me, when I'm in leaps, I'm looking at the long term. So if I had, let me see, let's just say I have CLOV leaps. I'll pull that up real quick. Let's say I'm way out here with some CLOV leaps for 2023, $10 strike. I mean, you still have 497 days left. Yeah, you need to be, depending on where you bought it at. Let's say you bought it for $2. You need to be at 12 by expiration. But I mean, 497 days from now, I would imagine this stock's going to be well over that. So I kind of treat leaps as shares. Like for me personally, I wouldn't be selling any leaps until we hit some significant gains. Now, if we're talking like shorter term options, let's say I'm sitting on like the October 15th or something like that. I still got some time. I think CLOV's going to hit another spike soon, but for that, usually I try to get out of if I'm in something that's maybe 3 to 6 months out, I want to get out like at least a month in advance. I don't want to like take my options into expiration. Then if we go like super short term, like if I hold options for 2 weeks from now, I definitely would love to close those out at least a week ahead of time. If I'm holding them into expiration week, I'm dumping them on a Wednesday. I'm not going to take them into Thursday or Friday. Hope that answers your question. Pete, what's up? Lisa's always coming through with the button to join. Yeah, if anyone wants to join the channel, greatly appreciated. Appreciate your support. It's $4.99 a month, and I'm gonna keep on adding new benefits for members, and as we go along, and I'm open to ideas too. Ideas for emojis, ideas for anything. Eddie, what's up? What's going on? So we're getting a nice little spike right now at a BBIG, and also even CLOV starting to shoot up a little bit. Just got some nice crossovers, and also starting to get into almost overbought on. There we go, overbought on the RSI. So starting to see CLOV bounce back, and I really do think we will bounce back today. After that dip yesterday was unprecedented, and I think we're gonna get a nice little push today. I don't know how high we'll actually get because it is options expiration. But looking at the options chain today, you could see the intention by market makers to try to suppress this thing. Nine's not really too significant right now, with only 1,000 differential. Same thing with 950, but if we were able to get above 10, things would start to get a little crazy, and that's where market makers are going to try to really, really suppress this thing. But it's absolutely loaded up, but it's been like that every week. So I think this thing has the potential to pop any week, any day. Wow, that BBIG is really moving right now. Not a lot of volume going there too. Looking at volume on CLOV, volume really started picking up. We're at 820,000 in volume right now. We just started seeing that volume pump in, kind of like right around the time I started the stream. Back here, actually like 455, volume started picking up, but we're almost at 1 million volume, and that's going to be pretty significant if this keeps up. Hello, I am from Russia. I do not speak English well. Can you show your CLOV goals on a graph and what to expect? I'll try. So let me see if I can figure that out, how to do this. So we're looking at a daily chart here. I would expect us to, if we hit some sort of gamma squeeze sometime soon, I'm thinking we get at least up to here, in the 20s. If things really start to pick up in the short interest and everything else, the option chain right now gets us to the 20s, and it's pretty loaded, but we also have some monthly expirations that go way up here to 45-ish. So it's really hard to say. For me, I know I've said this multiple times, I'm not going to sell anything if we just run up to like $20. But if all of a sudden we hit some sort of squeeze and we get up to like 60, somewhere in that range, I'll probably definitely start taking some profits off the table. Otherwise, I think this is a long-term play that's going to hit triple digits. That's my goal. So I'm not really looking to shave anything off now, and miss out on the potential for who knows what's going to happen Q3, who knows what's going to happen Q4, as the company continues to increase revenue and eventually become profitable. But if we hit some sort of squeeze, absolutely, I'll be taking some short-term gains, and looking to jump back in with a bigger position. Big Daddy Roro says, how's your Russian? Not at all. I have none. Oh, I missed Faith. What's up, Faith? Good morning. Says TGI Friday, beautiful CLOV fam. Today will not be a TMB. Yeah. I honestly, just looking at that volume increase right now and how we are starting to run. Again, we're almost at 1 million volume right now. It's not even 5:30. So definitely starting to look good. Brooks says, I have a feeling that Clove's performance is going to depend on the index today unless the volume increases. Yeah, well, we are seeing an increase in volume, but outside of that, yesterday we did see some drops, and I'm glad you brought that up because, um, we started this nice little run, and then we saw like this downward movement somewhere around 10:15. Um, I'm going to pull up the S&P 500 and show you kind of the same type of drops. So, I mean, it's almost identical if we look at these charts. Again, this is 10:15, 10:20. Look here, this is the SPY, 10:15, 10:20. Continued downward movement all the way to 10:40. Continued downward movement downwards to 10:40. So this drop that we saw yesterday, to me, was more along the lines of the market pullback. And then when the market was done pulling back around 11 and started bouncing back, that's when we started bouncing back. So we almost followed identically. But then we had, that price target at the end of the day. But even then, we were kind of still following the markets in general. So, yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, Brooks, because I almost forgot. I was at work and I was watching that. And, one of the group texts that I was on was kind of like, man, what's up with this drop right now? What's up with this drop right now? And I sent a little screenshot of the SPY and how much it was pulling us back with it. Let's see. Your pal Al says, some days I don't even care about the profit. Just want to help put a nail in the hedgie's coffin. Noar, what's up? Good morning. Dave, pre-market volume is probably calling cover their short position. Yeah. Like I said, I think a lot of times, even when these guys, and I know Target short sellers called this out way back in June. I think it was June when I had him on here and we were talking, and he was talking about how with these, and this guy's got 20 years of experience in this stuff, and what he was talking about was how these guys will initiate, ridiculous numbers, ridiculous price targets to tank the price a little bit. And now all of a sudden, what happens? You got, they're just looking for a reason to load up their position. Yeah, they could have bought at 10, but by releasing that price target, maybe they can get it to dip a little bit. They got a chance to get in as low as 9 now. So absolutely. So now that it's done, with what's your gut take on the CLOV pop on Tuesday? We saw was that the future rollovers. Yeah, I kind of think it probably was. I really do. Like, and even if you look at like GameStop and AMC for that matter, like all these memes, we did see these pops, and the last couple times GameStop and AMC popped before CLOV, and that same thing happened. GameStop's was back here on 824, and that ended up being, all that basically came from it. If we look at the daily on AMC, kind of in that same time frame, again, 824 is when they saw the big pop, and continued to climb. But I think that's when it started for them. And I think with CLOV, and I'll just pull it up over here on the side, not to get away from the other movement. We started on 824, but then we continued into 9.7. I really think that there's still something to that theory that you're going to see. It just didn't have the same effect or outcome that it did last time. Last time with AMC and CLOV, when we saw those pops come in, it kind of pushed us into gamma squeeze range, and then the options chain took over and kept moving them. This time around, we didn't see that. They were able to suppress the price a little bit and, route through the dark pool and everything else. Papa Clove says, morning coach, great game last night on Monday Night Football. Yeah, it was. That was insane. I'm going to have to hear my wife talking shit now because I've been giving her a hard time. She plays in a fantasy football league with a bunch of her friends, and they started at about 3 years. And she's really into football anyways. You got to be if you're married to a football coach. And then we have 2 boys. So, but But she picked Tom Brady with her second pick of the draft, and I've just been giving her crap about it. Like you could have waited longer. Like what the hell? He's 44 years old, talking about how old he is and everything else. Like how she just basically ruined her draft, and she could have done so much better. And yeah. So last night, Tom Brady throws 4 touchdowns. Her tight end is Gronk. So she's she's feeling like an expert right now, and who knows, maybe she is. I hope she wins her league, but I'm not gonna hear the end of it. Speaking of football, so anyone who hasn't already, I did do a little fun survivor pool where you get to pick one team a week. Once you pick a team, you can't pick them again. And the goal is to just survive, right? Like you have to pick one winner a week, and as soon as your team loses, you're out. 6 people picked the Bucks last night, so if you didn't get a chance to get in, you could pick any team but last night's game. I can only see picks after they've happened, and so last night 6 people did pick the Bucks. Nobody got eliminated yet, and there's 21 people who've entered so far. But if anybody wants to get in, it's free. I just thought it'd be fun, for those of us that are football fans too. So it looks like 26 people have registered so far. 21 people have entered their picks. You just got to pick one game a week. But 6 of you, myself included, made it through week 1 with the Bucks yesterday. That was a little stressful. I thought I was going to get eliminated from the pool last night. Let's see here. Dan saying 10,000 wall at 929. Yeah. And that's pretty big for pre-market. During the day when we've seen big volume days, I mean, shit, back on Tuesday, we saw some walls that I think were like 150,000. But for pre-market, that's pretty significant. I think anything in double digits is pretty significant. As we kind of scroll down and see, 11,000 at $10. So it looks like they're starting to set up those walls at the significant prices. And then $11 has some consolidation too. I would love to get way out there. Let's see how it goes though. But yeah, if anybody wants to get in the pool, it's free. I'm putting up once I get the merchandise store up, I'm gonna give away free merchandise to the people who place in the top of the pool. And I'm trying to find the link so I could drop it in the chat. Let's see here. Oh, there it is. All right, I'm going to drop the link in there right now. If anybody wants to get in, you just go in and pick who you think's going to win this week. Oh, then Michael must have picked him too. He said, how many people were sweating the pool last night with Tampa Bay almost losing? Yeah, I know I was. Can you pull up the 4-hour chart and Ortex data on the on the pool? Man, you got me for a second there. I was like, oh, what's he want us to look at? We just looked at Ortex. Yeah, $7 is laughable. I mean, it's not even. It's kind of like. Even when that came out, and there was nothing behind it, right? There was no, from what I saw, it was just a headline. There was no article behind it, no facts, no, this is why we think that the price should be trading lower than what it's at right now. It was just insane. Just Cohen and Company analyst Gary Taylor initiates coverage on Clover Health with an underperform rating, announces price target of 7. Just ridiculous, but it gets the coverage, right? So it came out yesterday, and then they even went as far as repeating it again today on Benzinga. So it's back up on my news ticker at 154 this morning. So whatever, I'm sure we'll see that price target flip at some point. Noir says my entire watch list is green except CLOV. Well, we are bouncing back. We closed yesterday at 931. We're on our way back right now. Probably going to gap fill. And I do think we're going to have a green day today. I really do. I'm expecting a pullback or bounce back, I should say, because this stock was like, we were up in the $11 range. And I mean, after consolidating for so damn long, for three months, I think it's ready to rip. And we've seen an increase in dark pool pressure. We've seen an increase in short volume. We're starting to see them really hammer at this stock, more so than we saw recently. And I think they're running out of ammo, and I think they're, getting desperate to try to at least slow it down in the short term. But I think they're going to let it run at some point, once they're able to flip their positions and strategically set themselves up for it. And I'll be ready to go when that happens. Michael says, I love that we have the ability to occasionally snipe coach and make him laugh. Yeah, no, I love it. I love the laughs. I just love, let me see. Noir saying, is Max Payne 9? That's a great question. That's one thing I did not check today. I would imagine so, because just looking at that option chain, that seems to be the price point where calls start outweighing puts. Yeah. Oh, Max Payne went up to 950. Okay. So Max Payne is continuing to increase. And like I said, next week, this one's still reporting it at 9 for next week. I think next week Max Payne's going to jump all the way to 12. I really do, based off the options flow that came in yesterday. But yeah, so it's up to 950 now. And reason being is, we saw a ton more puts coming in here at the $9 strike, which moves us up one more notch. And so right now we're right at this Max Payne level of 950. I think it's still going to be beneficial for the market makers to hold us under 950. So they're going to want us anywhere between 9 and 950. If we can continue the streak that we've been seeing, where we've been breaking through Max Payne, this will be the third week in a row. And if we can close above 950, that would be huge. And I really think we have the potential to do so. I mean, it's not like we haven't been trading in that range every day. Yesterday, we just saw a big pullback, but we were as high as 1015 yesterday. Day before, we were at 1050. Day before that, we were trading in the 11s. So I think we definitely have the potential, and it looks like we're moving in that direction right now. Hold up. All right. Let's see here. Brooks is saying we're still pretty high on public sentiment charts. Let me double check. I'm going to check my TRADYTICS right now. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. So, still top on the daily chatter on TRADYTICS, for Reddit, and the weekly chatter. I mean, we're just blowing everybody out the water. So, 3 times as many mentions as GameStop, who's basically the second most, and then 10 times as many as AMC. So definitely getting the social sentiment right now. Magical Johnson, do we know the strike price on those Cohen puts? Not that I know of. I don't know how we could find those out. Let's see here. Does it usually take this long for a price target from other analysts? Really, I think what they do is they get into their position first, right? I mean, these guys probably shorted it all the way down or rode puts on the way down. Now they flipped their position long. Maybe they're still adding on and accumulating, and once they get to where they're ready, then they'll start releasing increased price targets and try to move the markets. It's not much different than, you know, people going on Wall Street bets. You know, no one's making a post on Wall Street bets until they have their position in place, right? After they're able to load up on calls and accumulate a ton of shares, now they'll go on there and put out their DD and try to get everybody else to jump on board. Um, at least, at least that's the way I think it's happening. You know, so I mean that the analysts are doing the same thing. So I think once they kind of get all their ducks in a row, that's when they'll do it. Um, your pal says smash that thumbs up button. Um, let's see. Cuckoo Bird says I'm shorting Cohen COWN today. If they make those stupid put calls on Clove, they can't be that smart. That's awesome. MMGA, good morning. Target Short Sellers is in the house. I was just talking about you a little while ago. You've been putting out some awesome videos, man. Really enjoy watching them all the time. And I was just talking about how, you know, you basically were saying back in June, these analysts that are downgrading the stock, they're doing it because they want to accumulate it. You know, they want to drive the price down so that they can buy it up and then flip their position and go long. And I think you're spot on with that. Let's see here. Scotty said he's calling a conspiracy. He was one of the thumbs downs. Oh, what? You just looked at it and it was a thumb down? You probably just fat fingered it and hit it with your thumb, maybe. I don't know. Let's see. Kamal says we got to open at 9:30. When Clove goes to 100, we're all going to New Jersey. Oh, hell yeah. I already told Scotty a couple weeks ago when I talked to him on the phone for the first time, like after this thing moons, I want to get out to the East Coast, check out New York, check out everything. And I was like, I'm definitely hitting you up for a drink. No, I'm coming up that way, Scotty, at some point. We still got to have a party. You know, I'm thinking, you know, some sort of Clove celebration. It's got to be in Vegas, or it's got to be for me, Vegas, San Diego, or Hawaii, somewhere out here on the West Coast. We'll throw a little Clove party. But I'm absolutely heading out to New York and New Jersey. I've never been, and it's one of the places that I'd love to go. So I'm gonna come find you, Scotty. Oh man, you guys are cracking me up this morning. Chef Daddy saying, is the gin in here? Anything know what happened with the SOS? Is SOS taking off right now? Let me see. He was trading at $2.50 up to $3 right now. I know my boy Juan's probably happy. I'm on a group chat and there's some dudes that got some SOS in there. Let me see. Sorry, guys. 1 second. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with SOS this morning. New York City, LF Bell's ready to come out there too. You are welcome to DC. I've done a DC trip long time ago when I was in junior high school, and I want to go back for sure. And like my oldest son's really into all that stuff right now. He's in 4th grade, but I was thinking maybe wait like a couple more years just so he can appreciate it more. And I know I'll appreciate it more going back there now that I'm grown. But there's so much to do. DC is such an awesome place. I mean, we spent like I think a week out there, and we probably could have spent 2 or 3. A lot of history there, a lot of cool stuff, but DC's definitely somewhere I'll be heading back out to at some point as well. Alfredo says we need a clovention. I like it. I like it. Scotty's calling for the New York City East Coast party. Florida Nick, come down to Florida. Oh man, that reminds me of the Jerky Boys, Pablo Honey. I know some of you guys know what I'm talking about. Oh, DeGen is up in here. You know what's going on with SOS this morning? TN making it rain. Oh, that cracks me up. AF Alarm says buy, but everything is super, super cheap. Buy Bitcoin, Tesla, AMC, GME, Google, Apple, Morgan Stanley. Wow. You got all kinds of things getting going off there. Let's see. Scotty's all about Disney World. Absolutely. That's another place I've never been though, too, Scotty. So I'm down to go to Florida. You know, my wife and I, we love Disneyland, but Disney World's on the list as well. That's somewhere I want to take the kids before they get too old and don't appreciate it. You know what I mean? Like right now, they're 7 and 9, about to be 8 and 10. I'd like to take them to Disney World before they get to that age where they don't want to hang out with me anymore. When Clove hits 100, I'm heading straight to Scotty Z's place with a few cases of assorted mini bottles. I love it. Low Work says if this hits 100, I'm driving to Clover Beach, Michigan, and slamming a 6-pack of claws. I like it. Let's see. Al Trades is in the house. Good morning, Al. What's up? Ghost is here. Good morning. Got everybody in here this morning. Sir Lucky Charms. I'm way behind. I keep getting behind in the chat. Oh, we got a super chat. Oh, Al Trades. Right on, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. Really do. That means a lot. You guys go check out. I'm sure you guys, everybody who comes in here knows who Al is too. But he's been live streaming every day and dropping videos every night. And some really, really in-depth videos, you know, on CLOV, and he's been covering some other stuff recently too. But if you haven't already, definitely go check out Al Trades. I'm sure he'll be streaming today. But thank you, Al. I really appreciate it. Means a lot. Co-creator, just waking up a little bit late. All good though, bro. I'm glad you could make it in. Target short seller says, is it true Max Payne is $9.50? Yes. So we just pulled that up a second ago on MaximumPain.com. That seems to be the most reliable that I've seen. I've used Swaggy Stocks, I've used TRADYTICS, but I've noticed some weird discrepancies in a lot of those. And Maximum Pain seems to really be on point. And you know, we looked at the option chain a little while ago, and it does seem like 9 is no longer a big amount. There's a ton of puts that came in yesterday at the $9 strike, so now it did get pushed up to $9.50. But things really start to get wild at 10. So let's see here. Got another I think another super chat came in too. LF Bell, right on. Thank you. Said buy all the clove you can. I appreciate it. You guys are too awesome. Hey Wes, good morning. Who else we got in here today? Looks like everybody's in here. I'm telling you, Fridays everyone comes on to see Scotty. He's the He's the real superstar on Fridays. Gets us all fired up. And Scotty will be in here soon. I think that's why everyone's starting to join in. Moises says, "What's your opinion on CEI?" I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't have one. I don't know a damn thing about it. Let me see here. CEI. Oh wow, 90 cents yesterday. 150 in pre-market right now. Don't know a lot about it. Looks like it hit $3 back on February 18th, $3.10. And then came back down to 33 cents not too long ago. Looks to be having the highest volume it's had in a long time. Yeah, I'll look into it. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. Is that a short squeeze play or some sort of news behind it? Oh yeah, I just saw it on the Fintel short squeeze list. So it looks like Camber Energy. Let's see. Borrow fees getting up there. What's the float size on that? Sorry, I'm just trying to find the float. 25 million. So that's a relatively low float. That's kind of like VIH right now, sitting at I think 19 million float. And so those stocks have the potential to move a lot faster, than higher float stocks for sure. A lot of other variables that go into it. No options on it, but let me try to pull up Ortex data and see what that looks like. Pretty intriguing though. So CEI, not a lot of short interest there at 9%, but cost to borrow, I think, is the big one in utilization. And I'm really starting to notice that it seems like the Fintel short squeeze indicator is really heavily weighted on that cost to borrow. So when you start getting cost to borrow increasing, that's when the Fintel numbers start popping. Like we saw CLOV way up there when we saw that 100% cost to borrow, and now that that's down, it seems like it kind of fell off. Louis, what's up? Says good vid on VIH. Just wondering what the shares on loan are. Shares on loan. So I did pull that up this morning. Let me see. It looks like percent of free float on loan is 41. Shares on loan is 7 million right now. So 7.24 million shares on loan, and like I said, the float I think is about 19 million. So yeah, almost 50%, almost half the float is being loaned out right now, and it's got a 98.9 utilization rate. So I think VIH has the potential to pop sometime soon. Let's see here. Co-creator says hit that like button, like, subscribe, and join the team today. Yeah, I do offer a channel membership. I need to get off my ass too and actually put all the other benefits up, and we need to do one of those chalk talks soon because I feel bad. I've been talking about it for a couple weeks, but basically channel membership, I want to be able to offer something back, and so I'm going to do like one live stream every other week, chalk talks where we can actually like basically anything you guys want to talk about. You ask questions, I answer. It's going to be a members only stream, or at least a members only chat, and that way I can really get to the member questions and get more in depth. And I want to do that twice a month. Other than that, obviously you get the cool emojis and the badge and all that for the chat, and then I'm going to offer a discount on the merchandise store whenever I get it up. And I'll come up with some other benefits as well. BTFD says CEIs and Atlas Discord pump. Be mindful of the end of the day rug pull in their stocks. Okay, I got you. JJ says, Coach, as a newbie, it's refreshing to see that $7 price target doesn't phase you. Yeah, nah, I mean, you can't. It's like these guys, all these analysts, they're just trying to influence the stock whatever way they could. Like I said, just like anybody else, going and making a post on Wall Street Bets or anywhere else, they're doing it for their own benefit. If they're releasing a $7 price target, it's either because they have a short position, which they did disclose, or they're trying to accumulate shares at a lower cost, which I think it's probably a little bit of both. Joseph says BTFD, love the after hours Twitter space. Yeah, you guys, yesterday was awesome too. There was over 100 people in there. I don't know what the actual count. I was at work, but Degenerate's been doing these Twitter spaces after. I forgot to throw I keep forgetting to throw the links in my videos every day. Yesterday I had the Twitter link for Degenerate, so you guys could just go follow him on Twitter. But basically every day after market close, he does these Twitter spaces, and it's like a phone call pretty much. You get on there, everyone's on there. I think there's a maximum of 10 speakers, and you can actually sit there and listen to these guys talk, and there's been some really knowledgeable people on there. And if you're following BTFD, it'll actually pop up at the top of your at the top of your Twitter thing, where you could just click in it and you'll see it kind of blinking when it's going live. And here's his Twitter right here. So it's right there, WSB Degenerate, WSB _Degenerate. So if you haven't already, go follow this dude on Twitter, and check out the Twitter spaces. It's just like a old school party chat, like on the party line, like the phone line. You get everybody on there talking and stuff. Is a lot of fun. I wish I didn't have a job and I could just sit in there and bullshit on there every day. But I go in there and listen as much as I can with some headphones in and everything. Yesterday I went in my I have this little office space in my room, and I went in there real quick because I wanted to say something while I was listening. But a lot of fun. And a lot of great information. They've been calling out some runners on there. It's been pretty awesome information. AL says, so tired today. Hope it's an interesting day in the markets. I do. I think CLOV's going to bounce back. I think we'll fill that 930 gap and potentially close above 950. I really do. MMGA says, I believe the next squeeze, if it happens at all, could go to 97. Shit, that would be amazing. I'll take that in a heartbeat. Let's get some 97. Absolutely. Stars, what's up? Good morning. Shrimply, what's up? Florida Nick says, I've come to learn that there's an unlimited amount of shares to lend out. Yeah, I mean, and I think we saw that too when the cost to borrow went up, right? So the cost to borrow went up, and all of a sudden we saw this influx of shares without noticeable covering in the stock, right? But what I really expect and what I think happens in that situation is, if all of a sudden the cost to borrow, the fee that you can get for lending out your shares, jumps up to 100, that's also going to invite in new lenders, new people to say, you know what, hell yeah, I'll lend out my shares for 100%. And that's why you see that increase in shares as well. MMGA says, what's your financial background experience? None really, not in the financial sector at all. I mean, I owned and managed a business for about 14 years before I became a teacher. It's just a little bit too much stress for me. Been investing for, little over 10 years, trading for maybe five or six. But that's about it. Like I never actually worked in the financial sector or anything along those lines. Let's see. Midwest Tom, what's up? Christina Ridge, what's up? Good morning. I think I'm starting to catch up to you guys. I'm skipping over a lot of the talk though. Jay Herm, what's up? Good morning. Uh, Says appreciate you coming back with a smile on your face. Really shows your professionalism and conviction. Oh, all good, man. This volatility doesn't really faze me much. I mean, I think when you're in a squeeze play, you got to kind of expect, the manipulation and the volatility, but just kind of, that's why I love CLOV, is because, I know this company's worth more than $9. Well, way more than $9. So it's kind of just like, all right, you hammer it down, whatever. One day this thing's going to be trading in triple digits, and that could be 2 years from now. I don't mind holding, or we could see some sort of gamma squeeze or short squeeze in the short term and be able to take some profits, but I don't mind holding, $9 is a steal. So it doesn't bother me much. And I've said this before too. If the day to day watching charts and all that bothers you, by all means, turn YouTube off, turn the charts off, set an alert, and go do something else. Um, I'm just doing this because I would be sitting here watching the stock anyways, and it's fun to come in here and hang out with everybody. But if it's not fun for you, and because I know sometimes it could be stressful, take a break. It'll be good for your mental health, for real. Gunslinger, really hope a real financial institution gives Clove an upgrade just to spit in Cohen's face. Hell yeah. I think it's coming. We may even start seeing those come in next week, especially after this Wells Fargo conference. Even though we didn't really see a ton of new information there, it was all stuff that we kind of already knew. But we also saw a lot of institutions go long on this stock in the last 2 months, being reported. So I think it's right around the corner. I really do. Seedless Green, what's up? Kimster, good morning. For some reason, I feel like I'm on top chat and not live chat. Let me double check this. LF Bell says taking a breaks was the weekends for it. Nah, I hear you. I mean, that's kind of how. And I sometimes I still look at my phone on the weekends, even though I know the stock's not moving. I'll still go in there and take a glance at my phone and just, oh, where did it close in after hours again? And that sort of thing. But you definitely got to take a break. And that's one thing, like, as much as I joke about hating work and leaving to go to work every day now that school's back in, it's like, it is kind of good to disconnect for a while. And not just sit there and stare at it all day. And that's something that I've been forced to do now that I've been back at work. So, two things we didn't know from the event. One, Vivek said, expect more partnerships like the oncology one. Two, he said MCR won't be reported as normalized next year. So MCR problem will be over. Okay. I like that. So that any sort of good news, and I think they've been dropping news too, and I think that's why we're going to see these analyst upgrades coming around the corner at some point. Looks like volume, just not to get off topic, but it looks like volume started to slow down. I mean, we were at this point, we hit up to 800,000, and we just cracked 1 million a little while ago. Don't get me wrong, 1 million is definitely more than we've been seeing in pre-market recently, especially with still a half hour or 25 minutes to go. But it did kind of slow down a little. We saw the biggest spike right around 5:15 a.m., 5:20, and it's starting to tail off a little bit. But potentially we'll see that kind of carry into the open. Not a effing clue. With call options and no interest in exercising, is there a benefit to purchasing calls closer to the money than ridiculously deep out of the money? Do the Greeks multiply higher closer to the money? Yes. So your Greeks are going to have more of an effect the closer you get to at the money. A lot of times, and I'd say 90% of the time when I purchase call options, I'm never really looking to exercise unless I'm going leaps and trying to scale my way into a position. But and again, I'm not recommending buying. Let's not even look at today because that's just too damn close. We'll go out to October 21st. But if we look out here, our delta, typically, if I'm going for like a play like that, I'll go somewhere where the delta is between like 0.2 and 0.25. That seems to be the most optimal if you're not looking to exercise and you want to get that ramp. Because what happens if you buy like right at the money, it's a lot safer. But once it gets into the money, your Greeks are going to reduce. So, I don't know if you guys could. I'm going with the square, but like your Greeks, the money that the Greeks pump into the options contract is going to be its lowest deep in the money and deep out of the money. The closer you get to at the money, the more effect it's going to have on it. So for me, if I can get right out here, wherever the delta is like around 0.2 to 0.25, and then I'll just do a cost analysis here on, how many more I can buy based on, the price. If I'm going to go with a 0.2 or a 0.26 or whatever. But usually that seems to be like the meatiest where, some dollar movement's going to really amplify what happens there. And then also sometimes I'll look at the gamma, which I don't have pulled up on here, but that's also something that I definitely try to pay attention to and take into account. Bob C, what's up? Good morning. Kimster says, are you close to NorCal? Yes, I am in Northern California. I'm in the Bay Area, East Bay. Oh, were you asking co-creator that? Ben, what's up? Good morning. Could you go over how you would use TRADYTICS? Yeah, you know what? I was really thinking about doing like a totally separate video on that because there's just so many options in there and so much stuff. I mean, you could use TRADYTICS for like just to get options flow, which sometimes you see unusual flow coming in, like we did with CLOV. That means big money's looking for a big move. TRADYTICS also has intraday scanners on it. And it'll alert you to like intraday, day trade type moves. It also has swing trade scanners. It's really an awesome software that I haven't even done all my research into. I just haven't had the time, but I've been starting to like play around with it at work when I have breaks and stuff, and I really think that it's a really powerful tool. It really is. If we look at, I'll just pull this up. I know we're getting near market open, but so right now I got the daily chatter up on TRADYTICS, right? Let me see if I can make this smaller too so we don't cut off. That way we could at least see our beloved CLOV. So right now I'm looking at daily chatter, so you could use it to track social sentiment for sure. They have these market dashboards and ticker dashboards, which I'll go to just see like what the options flow on, let's say CLOV might be, but you could do it for anything, and it'll kind of give you an idea of what the overall flow is if it's bullish. Yesterday again 1.28 million in net premiums to the call side. That's a ton of money. They have this algorithm that I haven't really been paying too much attention to that they just added recently. And you could see the red line here is their algo score and the yellow line is the price. So right now the price is trading well below their algorithm. And again, I haven't paid too much attention to it, but you could see that the algorithm was trading low yesterday and the price ended up getting drawn down low. Now the algorithm's trading higher than the price. Maybe that means the price is expected to pull up. I don't know too much about that part of it. But then it also gives you, gamma exposure, gives you some interesting information about each strike prices. It does have a max pain indicator, although it does seem to be kind of off sometimes. Like they're saying max pain for today is 10, and next week is 12. So a little bit different, but you could see all the unusual large orders coming in for the day. A lot of stuff there. And I'm not going to go through the whole thing right now, but they do also have live options flow where you could see large orders throughout the whole market. I also like this swing trade one. It's not loading right now. Yeah, I'll pull that up later. It seems like it's having some trouble loading. Oh, there we go. So yesterday it gave a couple alerts of, here's specific stocks that they think, should be doing good. Space, it gave a bullish price action and bullish options coming in with 91% confidence. So it's just giving you alert to like market sentiment. And then if you go to this intraday bullseye one, actually tells you, like, for instance, the last alert it gave yesterday at 2:00 was on Disney. It said there's bearish price action, but it's actually saying to go for the 185 strike for today's expiration. That was a recommendation that it gave yesterday. Zoom, it said to go for, to bullish price action, bullish call volume, and it's saying to buy the $300 strike for today's expiration. That was all yesterday. So I'm still playing around with it, but there's so much stuff there, and I just went over 4 menu options, and there's 20 things to choose from. So I really think that it's worth the money, and I'm still digging in. Fluffer Trollster, what's up? Thanks for joining. Good morning. Present Minds, good morning. What's the play for CLOV today? I think we're going to go up. I think we're for sure gapping up to 930, and I think we're at some point we're going to surpass max pain, at least close above 950. That's what I'm thinking. While I'm talking about TRADYTICS, I'm just going to go ahead and drop this in here. Let me see. Anyone who is interested, I do have a referral thing set up with them. So can definitely I think I just pinned it too. So now it should be up there if anyone wants to check it out. I think you get a discount on TRADYTICS if you sign up for it through that referral link. Let's see here. We're almost at market open, and Scotty's going to be getting ready to come on here in a second. Yeah, Ben, no problem. You know what? That might even be something that I do for one of those Chalk Talk videos too. Just start breaking down TRADYTICS in a bunch of videos and go through each option and each thing. Because one of the ways that I learn, and and I think this applies to anyone, like just how you master anything, whether it be day trading or playing football or coaching football or whatever it is you're into. Swing trading, mastering is talking about it, right? The more you talk about something, the more you learn, the more you can master something. And that's why I like coming up here and talking too, because it keeps me on my game and it keeps me, focused on these different stocks that I'm into. And so if, making videos about TRADYTICS and being able to explain it to you and explain it to other people, that's going to make me dig into it even more and learn more about it, which is ultimately going to benefit me. So now I think I just talked myself into it. I'm going to do some TRADYTICS videos. So thank you. If you look at the 910 chain based on open interest, max pain should be 10. See, I was thinking 950, but let's see. Look again. I get what you're saying because 10 is that huge dollar amount where it's 21,000 to 3,000, but then you got the 950 strike is 11,000 to 6,000. So it starts to outweigh at the 950 mark. But yeah, 10 is where it absolutely gets insane. So I mean, ultimately, they'd probably love to have it between $9 and a penny, so 901 to 949, and that's where all of this would expire worthless, and all of this would expire worthless. But yeah, I mean, we broke through max pain 2 weeks in a row. I don't see any reason why we can't today. We've been trading above 950 all week. I think we'll get back there today. That's my expectation. Tibbs, what's up? Is the downgrade hedge fund's way to cover at a lower price? It happened before the BOA in May. With BOA in May, yeah, I think so. I think it's absolutely. I think the downgrades and all that shit is just everybody's doing this for a reason, right? It's all about money, and so anyone who's releasing a downgrade on the stock, I think, especially to drop it to 7, is either short the stock, which we know that they are. We already found that out, right? Or they're looking for a reason to accumulate, so they want to drop it down. Or some of these places are probably getting paid to release these downgrades and upgrades for that matter. Like, in other stocks. I mean, it doesn't just work in one direction, but it's just another way that these guys manipulate the market. I know earlier I had mentioned it's no different than like, people going on Wall Street bets and they already loaded up on a position or bought their puts or whatever it may be, calls, and then they release DD on there in hopes that it's going to get the traction of 11 million people to help out their investment. It's kind of the same exact thing. It's just it's getting released out to different people. Yeah, co-creator said I just breeze over the comment chat. Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to put your business. I know you're typing about it anyways, but I just figured, you guys are interacting with each other. I don't need to announce it to the whole stream. But Ben says, "What's the discount on your link like?" You know what? I'm not even sure. That should be something that I already know. Let me see if I can figure that out real quick. So if I click on the referral, for each referral, to be honest, I don't know. If anyone wants to click on it and just let me know what it says pricing wise and all that, see if there's like some sort of discount. I know that you get the first week for $7. That's what I did. When I first signed up, I did the first week for $7 just to test it out and just fell in love with it. But I don't know if that has to do with the referral link or not. I'll message them today and see, because I don't know either. I just put the referral link out there. I don't know if you guys get a discount or not. And if not, maybe I'll see about, if they can add something like that. The dude who runs this thing is pretty damn cool. Like, I message on Twitter, they get right back to me right away. And they even have a Discord where they answer questions about how to use their software, all kinds of stuff. So it really is an amazing software. Whether you click my referral link or do it on your own, I think it's a pretty cool tool for traders to have. Let's see here. All right, I think I got caught up. BTFD on Twitter. AMC average analyst target equals 504, price $48. GME average analyst target $88, price equals 199. CLOV average analyst 950, 912. So if anything, I guess that's just showing that we can absolutely blow those analyst price targets out the water, right? So we are getting close to market open. And Scotty, it's Friday, so we're gonna get Scotty in here. He's gonna try to get us fired up. I know he's gonna bring a lot more excitement than I am. Still waking up at 6:20 in the morning here in California. So I'm excited about that. And Scotty, whenever you're ready, I know if you're watching or whatever, the thing's on. Yeah, I think it's gonna be an exciting day. We're at almost 1.2 million in volume right now. I think things are going to start to heat up. BBIG, just to review, up 40 cents right now. Closed yesterday at 1082, hit as high as I think 1150, and now it's at 1125. VIH trading kind of flat. AMC, I don't have a position right now, but I did pull this up because it's starting to move. And if AMC takes off, that was the lead last time before the CLOV move. I think AMC popped about a week earlier. So not sure if that was coincidence or what, but if we can get some nice movement out of AMC and that, maybe it's people taking profits there and moving it into CLOV. I don't know, but there could have been no correlation. But AMC's starting to run right now. Just looking around at some other stuff. I know SPRT was taken off this morning, and it seems like it's a little bit lower now. That's about all that I see that looks too exciting. The S&P is gapping up about $2 as well, and it looks like I have my volume down. Looks like Scotty is coming in right now. Let's see here. All right. Got Scotty on now. Scotty, give me a thumbs up. You can hear good? Everything's good? Okay. Terts McGurts is in the house. Yeah, you guys drop those shotties when Scotty comes in. D Worm's in the house. Okay, it looks like I'm caught up. All right, Scotty, let me see. I set up this other interview mode. Let's see how this looks. There we go. I was playing around. I woke up early this morning. All right, so Scotty. There you go, Scotty. You're on. You're live. Everybody say what's up to Scotty.
What is up? Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. How are you? Oh, shit, that's an alarm. Good morning. I just got so red from that, bro. I don't know if it's the excitement or this dishwasher that I'm kind of sitting on top of, because like where I normally sit, the lighting in here was so bad, bro, that like you couldn't even, it was just like, it was all like sunned out. You know what I mean? You couldn't see nothing. So I had to move, standing on top of my dishwasher. The dishwasher's running right now. It's heating my legs real nice, bro. How are you today?
Shit, I'm feeling good. Man, I've been up since 3. It's 6:20 right now, but I've been up since 3. I just woke up and I couldn't go back to sleep.
I don't know how you guys that have been doing all the streams and everything and the videos, I don't know how you guys do it, bro. You guys are just amazing, and it's so amazing to have you guys, in the CLOV fam and a part of this thing, because I think it really keeps everybody going. You know what I mean? And I just want you to know, man, how much like, dudes like us and some of the apes here, really appreciate you guys,
Absolutely, man. I appreciate you guys too. I know I keep saying it, but dude, I look forward to every morning coming on and hanging out with you guys. Like even when you can't come and you text me on the side and you're like, "Hey, coach, I gotta go run over here. I'm not gonna be in the stream." I even look forward to that. You know what I mean?
I feel bad because like if I gotta like hop on the train and go to New York City or something, or handle some work thing or something, it's like yo, man, I'm missing a day here. I'm missing out. You know what I mean? Whether it's up or down or green or red, it doesn't matter. It's just I'm missing time with like my CLOV gang, my CLOV fam. You know what I
No,
mean?
absolutely. That's the same exact thing. It's like, I don't want to miss a day of the stream, even though it's just
Yeah.
for an hour or whatever it may be, just to kind of check in with everybody and say what's up. And it's a lot of fun.
Yo,
Um,
just so sorry. Oh, I didn't mean to jump on you there. Just so peeps know, I don't have like the chat up or anything like that because, like I said, I kind of had to make a little last minute rush to find a spot to streams. But I'm sure the chat is doing the chat thing, and I'll definitely catch up with you guys later on for sure.
all right. I'll try to throw some of them up on the screen too. I can't throw the little shot glasses up. But Tibbet says, Scotty, you need to be green today.
Yes, yes.
Derek said you came in like a colada shot. And Charlie wants to know if you've been tanning.
Oh no, I just been walking, bro. I walk twice a day because I can't really run, man. So I walk twice a day, and I just try to do at least 12K steps or more a day. And I feel like, look, I don't eat right probably, or like eat like to try to lose weight or try to eat healthy. I also don't eat like a pig either. But I figure, you got to get some kind of exercise, right? You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And you guys that haven't seen Scotty's videos, I'm just going to throw this out there too. So here's Scotty's Twitter. All right. So he is the real 99 cent shot, the real 99 cent S1. And Scotty throws out some great videos, man. And every morning, he was walking this morning. Every Friday morning, at least, he drops the little video there. Gets his Friday shots in and everything. And man, hey, Ross wants to know, did Scotty play football?
Oh no, my brother did, but not me. Not me. I
Okay.
watch a lot of football. I played. I didn't really. I was more of a musician in high school and in my younger years than I was an athlete. I'm definitely not very athletic. I played some soccer, like on the varsity team, but I really didn't like that. I just did it because like my friends were doing it. You know what I mean? I'm not really into the sport. Um, but yeah, no, I never. I played football Pop Warner when I was a kid, and I broke my fingers. I got my fingers jammed in my helmet. I got like tackled, and my fingers jammed in my helmet, and that was like the end of my football.
I got you. But you like watching football. What'd you think about the game
Oh,
last night?
love it. Oh, well, I hate both teams with a passion. Well, the only reason I really kind of hate Tampa Bay is because Tom Brady and that whole shebang. But Dallas, I of course hate because I'm a Washington football team fan or Redskin fan. I still call them either one. It doesn't matter. But that's the fan I am. And man, I miss there hasn't been much good, but I miss like players like Santana Moss was a nice wide receiver. LeVar Arrington was a good linebacker. Chris Cooley was a great tight end. Some of those older cats, and going all the way back, to like shoot, Jason Campbell. Even before that, you got Mark Rippon won the Super Bowl. You know what I mean?
No,
Not a very storied history, but a decent history, right?
yeah, no, absolutely. It's funny you say too. You were saying about Tom Brady. Like that whole thing because my son, my youngest son, he's 7, and he doesn't watch football as much as my older one. But like yesterday, the game was getting ready to start. I was cooking dinner and stuff, and he's like, "The Cowboys are winning this game." And I don't like the Cowboys as a Niner fan, so I'm like, "Why do you say that?" And he's like, "Because it's Tom Brady. He's gonna cheat. Cheaters always lose."
Cheaters always win.
I was
Apparently,
dying laughing. He's like, but then he's like, you know what though? He's hella funny. Everything he says is funny. He's like, you know what though? I guess it's only cheating if you get caught. So maybe he won't get caught tonight.
I think that's a lyric too. You ever heard of the band Tool?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got. I think one of them songs. He says it's only wrong if you get caught. I know it's a common phrase, but I equate everything to lyrics. If I hear a lyric, that's it. I'm on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I'm the same way. I love music, all types of music. I just never got into music like how you're saying. I know you've done you're still in a band, right?
I wouldn't say that we're very active, no, but I still I talk every day with the guys, and there's a lot of pipe dream stuff, like in getting back together or doing another show or this and that. But look, we're older now. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard when you're like 42 years old to go up there screaming bloody murder and jumping like a lunatic. I mean, I'm crippled as it is, and I got to go up there. I love it. Don't get me wrong. I would love to do it, but
well, I know you could definitely still scream.
It's hard to play off that kind of music when you're this age. You know what I mean? I'm just imagining, like, if I was a 13-year-old and I saw some old man up there like going ballistic, I would kind of think it's probably funny, and I'd be more making fun of him than I would be enjoying it. You know?
Yep. No, I hear you. Clove's getting a nice little spike.
Yeah,
right
what's
now,
this pump, man?
We're starting to spike a little bit. Yeah.
How much of I could see the green crayon there, but how much of a spike is that? 3 cents, 4 cents, 5 cents? I can't really make it out.
We're up to 9.24 right now. 9.24.
Nice.
Yeah,
All right. So that's positive.
Or 9.26.
Waking up this morning when I woke up, it was like $9. So
yep.
9.24 is good for me right now.
Hell yeah. Shit. Oh, you know what I was gonna ask you? Did you get in the pool?
Yeah, man. I forget who I took this week or who I'm planning on taking. I might change. Are you able to change it up until
yeah, you can go in and change it until the game starts, and even if anyone hasn't gotten in yet, you could still you could still enter. You just can't take last night's game. But yeah. I originally had the Ravens. That was my pick for the week. I was dead set on it. But then I don't know if you saw yesterday, Gus Edwards went out for the season. So now they're on their third string running back. And even though it might be Le'Veon Bell or whatever, I was like, I don't have the confidence in it. So I took the Buccaneers last night. So I'm 1-0.
They like to run. They want to run Baltimore. They want to run first, and you know what they'll do, bro? They'll run it with Jackson. He'll just run all over the place.
Yep.
You know what I mean? They'll use Le'Veon Bell probably more as like a decoy or like a first down. You know what I mean?
Yep. I just dropped the link in there too for anyone. It's a free survivor pool that we're doing just to have fun, and me and Ghost will go over it on Mondays, and then me and Scotty will probably bring it up and shoot the shit about it on Fridays. Talk a little Thursday since we're both football fans. But I just dropped the link in there. If you haven't already, go check it out. It's a free survivor pool we're doing just to have fun while we're here on the channel. What'd you say, Scotty?
I was saying regarding the pool, do you have to select every game for every week, or can you just select 1 week at a time?
1 week at a time. So you make a pick for this week. If you win, you make it to the next week. But now next week, I can't. For the rest of the season, the Buccaneers are off the table for me. I'm done. So once you pick a team, you can't use that team again.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
so you're done for the rest of the year. No matter when Tom Brady plays, like I don't know what their schedule is, but let's say the Jets.
Yeah, I can't. I'm done. I can't pick the Bucs anymore. So it's like you gotta. That becomes part of the strategy too. You don't want to wait. Pick a good team, and now you don't have them for the rest of the year.
I'm gonna be very interested to see what Jacksonville does with the kid at QB, Lawrence, right?
Yep, Trevor Lawrence.
I'm interested in that, and I'm interested to see Fields if they is he starting this week? Chicago, is he starting Fields or no?
I don't know. I think co-creator's a Bears fan. Maybe he would know. Co-creator is Fields a starter this week? I have no idea. But so this last candle, it looks like we went all the way up to 933. We're at 922 right now, holding above VWAP. I'm gonna put every day at the open. I always switch this up and go with the 1 minute candle.
Hey, Coach.
Yep.
Coach.
Oh yeah.
Do you have your water, bro?
I do. I don't have
I think I'm getting a little thirsty.
All right, let me hold on. I gotta pour it. I'm gonna pour it into oh, there it is.
I know it's early. It's early for me, but it's even earlier for you. But I know you're thirsty, and we have to stay hydrated.
We do. So
you know what I mean?
I'll be doing water. What do you got today, Scott?
I got absolute. Let me get in the camera here. Wait, hang on. Where am I going? This way. Oh, there we go. Absolute Juice, Apple edition. Sure to be disgusting, I'm sure. Gonna be very, very nasty. So, look, I'd like to see some more green candles. I'm going to do this shot today for the start of the football season. As a thank you to all the live streamers and Twitterer verse, anybody that contributes to the Clove community. I'm taking this for you guys, and I'm taking this also for finally a green day, bro. So you ready? You ready to let it rip?
Let's do it.
Let's give it a rip. Oh, nasty, bro. Do not ever drink that, bro. Nasty. This is like the grossest thing I've had in a while. Yeah, man. Woo! I am ready for the day, bro.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
I am ready for the day. Oh, he's not sure if Fields is opening for the Bears. Okay.
Yeah, and my bad, co-creator. I didn't mean to put that on you. He's a co-creator's a Browns fan, not a Bears fan. Yeah.
They should be pretty decent. I think, you know what I mean?
The Browns are just in that's a tough division to be in. It really is. I think that might be one of the toughest divisions, at least.
You can never count Roethlisberger out either, bro. Like, I think he's a really good quarterback and maybe even a little underrated at this point. I really don't think that he's I know he gets attention. I know he's a big deal. You know, he's always been a big deal. But, I think he's a real – like, he can win a game, bro. You know what I mean?
Well, and then they got Najee Harris. I think he's going to be Rookie of the Year. AMC just broke 50. I don't know who's on the AMC, but it's starting to move.
Look at that big green crayon.
Yeah. And GameStop's got a very similar candle right now, too, although it's still below 200. But, wow. Yeah, AMC's starting to pop.
Was GameStop as low as like 178 like last week? Am I thinking right?
A couple days ago, yeah.
Yeah? All right.
Yesterday, actually.
Now it's back into it. That's good. I'm not in it, but that's cool. My brother's in it.
Yeah, because yesterday, and I never take my own advice. Yesterday, we were talking about like short-term option strategies, and I was talking about like buying options at the money, right? And riding them up like intraday, especially like on a expiration. And I said it yesterday on here. I was like for instance, GameStop gap down $20. You could probably go at the money and make a nice little $2,000 on the swing back up. And sure as shit, if you would have bought those yesterday, it would have been $2,000.
You'd be in good shape.
Yeah, because if you look at like daily, like today, like these are about to expire, and I'm not saying buy these today, but the $200 call on GameStop's $320. So if you figure yesterday when it dropped down to $180, you probably could have grabbed that call for $3.20. And by the time you get to now, that 180 call is worth $2,000. You know what I mean? So it's like you can get in and kind of day trade if you could time the dips and especially when it gets close, like the day of expiration, the day before. I didn't do it though. And I'm not saying to buy it right now either because, it's not on a dip, it's on a spike. So you never want to.
The thing is, if you did do it, it would have went down. It would have went bust. I mean, that's how I feel. Every time, like, I make what I think, like, is a no doubt sensible move, bro, it seems that it always goes south for me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being negative, but it just seems like that's more the norm and typically what happens rather than the opposite. But it is what it is, man. That's life, right?
Yep. Absolutely. Where is this at? Hold up.
Yeah.
I just want to get there.
AMC does look like it's dicking up a bit.
Dude, it's starting to move right now.
I don't know how many of us here are in that. I was and I'm out now, but that is it looks like it's growing.
I bought some calls on it a couple weeks ago thinking that we would see the spike, but I thought it would have came a couple weeks ago. So I'm not in it anymore, but I just grabbed like 5 calls and it didn't hit, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. I like to occasionally, I've actually made more money on AMC than I have on anything else. And I don't believe in AMC at all.
Yeah,
but I think that's part of it is I've traded AMC emotionless, right? It's like when it runs up, I'm usually buying some calls to be a part of the run, and when I think it's ready to go down, I've been buying puts on it, and I've just played it both ways and just kind of rode it, and I've been pretty successful in it.
Excellent. That's the way to go, bro. Like, I'm too scared of the options, bro, because I like to gamble. I love to gamble,
Yep. Hey, Andrew Toy's in the house too. Said, does anyone know how to adjust the contrast on particular parts of my screen? I got a bright white coach and a deep red Scotty.
I got to do something about like the color, because I'm like, look, I know that I'm like a little reddish tan hued, but like I'm looking at myself like back on the camera. I'm not this red, trust me. You know what I mean? It's definitely like the lighting or the camera. I got to get this thing figured out. Yeah, I got a microphone sitting in storage too with the, the mixing box and everything. I need to get it going if I'm going to keep coming on your guys' shows,
Let's do it. You're for sure coming here every Friday.
Oh, yeah, no, we talked about it. I'm here every Friday. I'm definitely here every Friday with you, Coach. No, I told you, even if I'm on the job site, I have a little shot in the pocket. I'm here every Friday. You got it. As long as you'll have me, I'll be on it.
The boost juice.
Juice boost. Yeah.
Juice boost. Yeah.
Right now, CLOV needs a friggin' juice boost. Let's go.
I can't wait till I have a Friday off work, and then we can extend this stream out for a couple hours and just sit here and keep it going. Yeah, I'll have to make myself some sort of breakfast cocktail, though. I don't know.
Like I said, bro, as long as you or anyone else wants to have me, I'm very thankful and happy to join in with you guys and be on the show. And, I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot, but I just really am into the CLOV fan, man. I really enjoy, I'm not a big social media dude. So like when I'm on it or on a Discord or in the Twitter or whatever, it's just so cool, like to be with everybody and see all the communication and see all the cool stuff going on, man. Like I'm not into it that much, but when you dive into like the Discord, you get on there, it's like, wow, man, like there's so many cool people and so many people with like good stuff to say, whether it's personal stuff or stuff about the stock. I really think it's cool, and I enjoy when I do get on those things or those medias. I enjoy being on there, man.
Hell yeah. No, I feel the same way. I was texting Scotty last night. Like, now that I'm back at work, I feel like every day when I get off my stream, I'm like disconnected from everything. You know what I mean? I can't like sit there and watch the YouTube. I'm not on anything, but that's why I enjoy doing this so much too, just so I could kind of have that connection in the mornings and stuff. But your pal Al says, can you imagine having Scotty as your boss?
You wouldn't want that.
Totally different person on the job side, or what?
I don't. It really depends on the type of person I'm dealing with. I try to govern myself, or like when I'm dealing with subcontractors or people in the field or what have you, or other tradesmen that are working. I try to feel them out and their personalities. If I got like a quiet type guy who kind of keeps to himself, and that quiet type guy maybe makes a mistake or something, I don't go ape shit on that guy. You know what I mean? I'm just like, hey guy, you treat everybody else. Everybody is treated the same, but differently. You know what I mean? You handle them. I don't know. Maybe you do the same with your students or people that you coach. But I just feel like I like to take a more personal approach. You know what I mean?
That's crazy, because that's absolutely my approach with coaching. I've noticed like there's some coaches who are yellers, and there's some coaches who, for me, I feel like, part of the key of communication with people is figuring out what they're going to respond to. Some people need you to be fired up and kind of yell at them, and some kids need you to kind of take them to the side and talk to them and break it down in a different way. And that's one of the things that I've always done with coaching, is trying to figure out the best way to relate to each kid, because some kids aren't going to respond to yelling, and some kids are.
Yeah, no,
some kids need you to yell at them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I was the kind of kid that you needed to yell at and kind of like shake up. You know what I mean?
Hey, so real quick, I just wanted to show you this mug because I know you'll get a kick of it.
Yes!
I grabbed this in Hawaii last year, but I've never been to the they have a Disney resort in Hawaii. I haven't been.
Yeah, they do. I've never been either, but I would love to go. You know what I mean? Hey, when we moon, I'll go. I'll go for sure. Hawaii's a long flight, though. I don't think I can survive that.
For
It's
you,
like
it
an
is. For
8-hour
you,
flight
it's a
from
long
here,
one,
man.
right? Because how long does it take?
Yeah.
How long would it take you to get to California?
I've done that, and it takes like about 5 or 6 hours, depending where you're going. Because I've been up by you and like San Francisco and like Emeryville and
Yeah.
Oakland and all that, and then I've been down to like LA and San Diego and La Jolla. I mean, I don't know. It's not a flight that I like. I'll tell you that, bro. I don't even like the flight to Disney, and that's only like 2.5 hours or 3 hours. You know what I mean? I don't even like that. That's too much for me. Like I even like look. If I go now, I try my very damnedest and best. It's more of a priority for me to sit first class in the plane than it is for me to have ritzy titsy accommodations at Disney. Like I can't be all tight like that for too long. Not that I'm not claustrophobic, bro, but I'm just like I'm too hyper. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Too
No,
amped up.
I hear you. I hear you. It's like with so like that means for you, Hawaii would be almost 10 hours because it's about 5 hours from here to California there. But
Yeah.
the cool thing about kids is like, we've been able to like you get on those planes where like the middle row's 4 seats. And so it's like me and my wife and the 2 kids, and now we have all kinds of room, right? You got elbow room.
Yeah, you got the whole family just chilling.
Yeah, but I'm the same way. Like, we flew to Hawaii once, and every time I go, by myself, I usually always go ask, like, do you guys have an upgrade? Do you guys have an upgrade? And occasionally I'll get lucky and they'll have one for cheap enough where I can go get that first class because it is, man, 5 hours. And especially if you get stuck in like the middle seat or even the window seat, and then you're all kind of crammed in the corner and you know what I mean? It's like, I'm the same way. I have to be on the aisle.
I'm in for a nightmare next month because I got the Hilton gave me like some kind of offer and points or nonsense because I stay there a lot or whatever, and like it was like a deal where they were going to give me a free stay at a handful of hotels. And of course, what hotel am I picking? The one that's right by Disney there in Orlando. And so it's like a free stay. But like I really didn't want to spend like I want to go, and I can go for free because I have the annual pass to Disney. But it's like the flight, you know what I mean? So what do, man? I'm going to fly Spirit Air. And I'm nervous as hell because I know that it's going to be tight. But I paid a little extra so that I could select my seat. I picked a seat right at the front, like right by the exit. You know what I mean?
Man, I've had some problems with Spirit. Spirit's cool. Like I've taken Spirit to Vegas and had, you get in there cheap, and especially if you're going like overnight and you don't need to pack a lot because it's like, you just get to do the carry-on with Spirit, right? I think. Or you got to pay extra to check your bags or something like that.
Yeah, they charge you for a carry-on.
Yeah. But yeah, they charge you even for the carry-on. I forgot about that. But I mean, there's been like twice where I did Spirit and the plane got canceled. And then it's like, now you got to sit there and wait and get pushed off. And it could have just been a bad experience with me. I mean, I'm sure that can't be their business model. Otherwise, they wouldn't be around still because this was like 2 or 3 years ago. But I just had 2 bad experiences with Spirit. But I still used them even after that. I mean, getting to Vegas, and sometimes I'm not paying $300 to fly to Vegas, $400.
No,
you know what I mean?
ridiculous.
So if I can get an $89 flight through Spirit, I'll take it.
All right, so I'm taking a risk. You're saying it's a big risk.
Yeah, could be.
Right.
But hey, so it's I gotta go check on my kids, get them ready. They're gonna leave for school pretty soon.
Everybody
Scotty,
have a great day today.
On.
I'll see you guys later on Tar Heel Blues. Send your pets to them. We'll get on it, man. Coach, thank you very much, bro.
No, thank you, bro. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right, everybody. Thank you guys for joining. Hopefully we'll finish off this day green. It really seems, I feel like we're gonna get there and fill that gap up to 9:30. Actually, it looks like we did that while Scotty was on here. So right off the open, we filled the gap. But I still think we're gonna climb up and probably potentially get above max pain. I would like to see us close above 950 today. Obviously, I don't have a crystal ball. Looks like we're heading in the right direction. Appreciate everybody coming on here. I've been kind of busy now that I've been getting back to work, so been a little bit little bit different. I haven't been putting out videos every day, but I have been doing those weekend updates. So I will be doing a video probably tomorrow morning, kind of update on like the week in Clove and my expectations for the coming week, along with DraftKings and probably VIH and some other plays that I'm in. So if you subscribe to the channel, look forward to those. And yeah, thank you guys again. Have a great day. Really appreciate the support. I'll see you guys on Monday.